So we're going to start off with the campaign here. I've played about an hour of it. Don't worry about any spoilers. It looks great. Voice acting seems to be pretty good. I am very invested in the story. The fact that there are dialogue options which lead to different events and several different alternate endings. I would like to say that this is very compelling due to the fact that my choices at least seem like they matter. So very excited to see how this goes. And I would say the campaign is pretty solid of what I've played. I'll let you guys know more later. Up next, we have the multiplayer. You know what you're going to get with this multiplayer, okay? I mean, if you played a Call of Duty, you've essentially played them all. You're not going to get really a new experience here. Besides, I do think it looks a little bit prettier. I feel like it runs a little bit more smooth, but that could be because I'm playing on the PC. But at the moment, I feel like submachine guns are working the way that they are intended. Better at close range, hip firing, stuff like that. But I do have a problem with the shotguns. Previous games, some shotguns and submachine guns have pinpoint accuracy across the whole map. Like I said, subs, I don't feel have that. But with shotguns, for some reason, they can shoot you from what I feel is too far away, like clear across a room where you're nowhere close to the person and they're able to shoot you and kill you one hit. So I feel like the shotguns need to be nerfed, but you know, whatever happens. I guess at least we have one of the two biggest problems, I would say, fixed in this game. Now with the multiplayer, we have several different match types here. For the standard, we have the team deathmatch, kill confirm, domination, hardpoint, VIP escort, control, free-for-all, search and destroy. For the hardcore, we have team deathmatch, domination, kill confirmed, free-for-all, and search and destroy. Now, these are all 6v6, or I mean, obviously for free-for-all, it would be like 12 people. I will get into some of my issues that I have right now because a lot of it is primarily multiplayer related. The campaign, from what I've heard, is long enough for me, so I don't really have many issues about the length of the campaign. Haven't beat it yet, so I don't know. I'll give you a better idea of what I think when I complete the campaign. But up front, we have only 8 maps for the 6v6, or for like the standard match types. And in Modern Warfare, we had 10. So, I mean, we went down, we didn't go up, we didn't stay the same. I would have liked to see at least like 12, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers, I guess. I don't understand why we only had 8 maps. I mean, this definitely reminds me of like a Battlefield 5 situation. I think at launch, Battlefield 5 only had like 6 maps. I could be completely wrong on that, but I definitely feel you need to be, I mean, at the bare minimum, double digits in the variety of maps that you're going to have for a primarily multiplayer game. And then my next issue is at launch, we only have 28 guns or different kind of weapons. We have 5 assault, 5 submachine gun, 4 tactical, 3 light, 3 snipers, 3 pistols, 2 shotguns, 2 launchers, 1 additional special weapon. In Modern Warfare, we actually had 37. So that's 9 less than we had when Modern Warfare came out. And so we had 8 assault, 6 submachine gun, 3 marksmen, 4 light, 3 sniper rifle, 5 pistols, 4 shotguns, and 4 launchers. I mean, to me, that's completely absurd. I mean, I get it was a different time period. I mean, but still, I mean, that's a lot of weapons that they're missing in this game that they could have potentially had, and I just feel like they missed the mark on this again. I feel like they definitely should have had more. I feel like 28, you know, is nice, but I mean, they don't even have like 5 of everything, or I would have expected, you know, 7 or 8 assault, 7 or 8 sub. I get the low amount of snipers, pistols, but I mean, maybe light machine guns having 5. Only having 2 shotguns seems a little weak. Having 2 launchers seems, again, pretty weak. I don't know what happened, but I know I've heard a lot of people say that they're holding it back for the free updates and saying, oh, yeah, here's a bunch of free updates. I mean, that's to be determined, but I mean, obviously Modern Warfare had free updates, and we got much more content than we are getting with this game. Now, I'm not saying this game's bad, but I'm just saying when it comes down to content, we are actually getting less for our buck. Other issues with the zombies mode, I haven't got to talk about zombies yet. I have an issue because we only have one map, literally one map. On Black Ops 4, we had 3 maps at launch, and 4 if you had the season pass or whatever they called it. Why are we only getting one map for zombies? That is horrible. I don't care if we're getting more maps down the road. One map at launch, this is unacceptable. Okay, I don't care. You needed more than one map at launch. I feel that this is unacceptable. Again, I mean, I didn't really vote with my wallet, but I guess I lost in that debate. But the other things that I have an issue with is that there's like no ground war. Ground war, team deathmatch, kill confirmed, domination are all missing. Now, for those of you that don't know what ground war is, ground war, they normally have more or like twice the amount of players in the game, where it's like 10v10, so like 20 people in the game, and you do all the normal things. I mean, if it's team deathmatch, you just run around. They have a higher score. Domination, played normal, but I mean, just more players. I feel like they missed the mark with that as well. Now, I do feel like a lot of these maps are actually smaller. So, I mean, it could be overly congested, which is why they probably didn't include Ground War for this game. But hopefully with future updates or future maps that they include Ground War. But again, I mean, with the maps do seem quite small to me. My next issue is that I am playing on PC, like I've stated. I'm running with a 1660 Super, and this game has crashed on me 4 times. I mean, obviously there's problems with all games, but I've never really had a game crash on me as much as this game has. It's crashed, like I said, 4 times. I've had friends when we were all partied up playing, got booted out of games several times with different people. Yes, we're all playing on PC as well, so I don't know if that's just an issue with the computer version, but consoles, I wouldn't be surprised if it's similar. I wouldn't be surprised also if it wasn't similar at all. Okay, so about the Call of Duty Zombies, I actually think it's pretty fun. I think it's awesome that you can start out with a loadout that you've created, and the fact that all of the experience you gain from the match actually carries over even to multiplayer for that weapon. So if you want to upgrade your weapons in zombies before you even start up in the multiplayer, that is an option that you could do. I think that it's pretty fun. I like the idea of the fact that the map is based around the original zombies map that was in World at War. So I think that is all fine and dandy as well. Just wish that there was more maps or more additional modes. I do think it's cool that they are giving you options to exfil or get out of there, evacuate using a helicopter when you call it in, and you'll get additional bonus points for surviving. That's an additional way to try to, quote unquote, I guess, beat or finish the game. But if you feel like it's getting tough and you just want to get out of there, you got something to do or whatever the case may be, after you get to a certain round, I believe it's like 10, 15, something like that, you can choose to exfil and get out of there, and you'll receive additional points. So I think that's very cool as well. Okay, so to end my impressions video, I am going to give you guys an idea of how I feel about the game. Even though I've already kind of given you my opinion on several things, and I've kind of went over all the different major game modes in the game. So what I'm going to start off with is the zombies. If you're buying this solely to play Call of Duty Zombies, don't spend your money at this time. Wait and see if they release more content. But with one map, and if that's all you're buying this Call of Duty game for, not worth it at all, in my honest opinion. I mean, honestly, if this is the same content that we have, a year down the road, I wouldn't even say it's worth $20 if you're only gonna play the zombies mode. Now, the same thing with the campaign. I don't feel this is worth $60 if you're only going to play the campaign, and that's the honest truth as well. I think the campaign is good, and I think that it's going to be, satisfactory, but that's also going to be because I'm going to play zombies, I'm going to do the multiplayer, I'm going to most likely complete the campaign several times. So I think I will get my money's worth out of the campaign. But if you're buying it solely for the campaign, I don't believe this game, again, is worth $60. I would say, again, around $20 is a good price if you're only trying to get the campaign. I do feel that this game's going to be longer than the Ready at Dawn's The Order 1886. I can't imagine it's going to be less than that, but I mean, that's not saying much because that game, you're able to beat it in like 3 hours, 4 hours, but that's beside the point. Now, if you're buying it solely for multiplayer, there is a lack of content, like lack of weapons and maps, and match types. But I mean, it's one of those things that's replayable. If you got a group of friends that are going to get the game as well, definitely say it potentially could be worth it. Now, if you're going to play all three, then I can see the justification for buying it for $60. But I would still have to say that probably $40 is probably a sweet spot on this game. If you're only going to take advantage of one or two of the things, $60 is not going to be a good option for you. Now, since I'm going to take advantage of the entire game, about $20 different section, so $20 for the zombies, $20 for the campaign, $20 for the multiplayer, I feel like that is fully justified. Now, I do expect them to have updates with maps and additional modes for both zombies and multiplayer. But, I mean, as it is right now, I feel like $60 is a bit steep if you're not going to take advantage of everything that they gave you. And even at that, I mean, it's still shorthanded, I feel. So, honestly, the sweet spot for me is around $40-$45. Wait for it to go on sale if you don't think that this is worth it. I completely understand. I'm looking at it at the replayability factor and me playing with my friends and all that. So I definitely feel like this is worth it for me personally, but I also understand that there are going to be updates down the road. But as is right now, if there were no additional updates, I think $40 is probably the most reasonable to pay for this.